Assalamualaikum. I am Widi Mutakin from Expos Academy. Let's say you have created an ebook in PDF format like this. You then need to create a 3D book mockup to be used in website design. For example, to create a pop-up or lead magnet form like this. For your information, I created this ebook using Adobe Illustrator and also Adobe Express. I provide this ebook for free on my website exposacademy.com. If you are interested, you can check the download link at the bottom or the description area. Since this is a manual method, you need to at least know the basics of how to use Krita. However, I will try to explain the steps in as much detail as possible. Hopefully, even those of you who are using Krita for the first time can follow along, inshallah. For the first step, we need to extract the cover image of the ebook into Krita. This is very easy to do. We just have to open the file in Krita, either through the toolbar or menu, or just press Ctrl O on the keyboard. Browse to the location of the folder, then select the file. If the file we select is a PDF, the PDF import window will open. We don't need to open all the pages in this PDF file. We only need the first page, so we select the first page option. Then, this PDF has an A4 size with resolution of 300 dpi. This is too large for most website designs. You can change it to a specific size right here if you want. But for now, we'll just leave it at its original size. We can easily reduce the size later after we have created the mockup image. Click OK to continue. The next step is optional. I want to create guides. Open the View menu and make sure the rulers are active. Then click and drag 3 times from the ruler area to the right. The first is for the left edge of the front cover of the book. The second is for the right corner of the front cover. And the last one is for the back cover. Then, create 2 horizontal guides for the top and bottom edges of the book. Again, this is optional. I need these guides because I want the vertical lines of the book mockup to be perfectly straight. If you want a more freeform shape, you don't need to create any guides at all. The last step in preparing the guides is to enable the Lock Guides option so that they are safe from changes. And in the Snap to submenu, make sure that the Snap to Guides option is active. Alright. Once that is done, we can start adding perspective distortion to the image. You can do this directly on the layer using the transform tool, but this method is destructive. For now, I want to show you a non-destructive method. So first, we need to apply the transform mask. Then we apply the transform tool on the mask. Use the perspective mode. Then drag the control points on the right to snap to the intersection of the guides at the top center and bottom center. For the 2 control points on the left, make them snap to the guide on the left. Feel free to adjust the vertical position to your liking. Okay, the front cover is done. Remember, we are doing this perspective distortion non-destructively, so we can always turn it off to make changes to this cover image if we need to. Next, we will create the side panel. Press P for the color picker tool. Then we click to sample the color we want to use as the cover color for the side. It's a good idea to make it darker to simulate lighting effects. Then, we can temporarily hide this layer so it doesn't get in the way. Press Insert or press this big plus button to create a new paint layer. Make a rectangular selection about this size. Then press Shift Backspace to fill the selection area with the color we chose earlier. This is the area for the front cover. Press Ctrl J to duplicate the layer. Then use the Move tool and drag while holding down the Shift key. This is for the back cover. Okay, for the paper pages in the middle, we can press Insert to create a new layer. Move this layer so that it is below the others. Make rectangular selection large enough to leave no empty space. Next, select light gray as the paper color. Then press Shift Backspace to fill the color. Before we move on, just for an extra detail, we want to add subtle shadows to the right and left sides of the paper. We can start by selecting a darker paper color. Make sure the active gradient is the foreground to transparent preset. Then, activate the gradient tool or press the letter G on your keyboard. Now, click and drag slightly to the right from this point while holding down the Shift key. Do the same for the right side. The next step is to add a perspective effect to the side area of this book, which we will also do non-destructively. So, select all these layers, press Ctrl G to combine them all into one group. Apply the transform mask again, and use the transform tool in perspective mode. Then, position the control points so that they are at the intersection of the guides in the middle, and also at the right guide line. Now, if you see a red dot like this, it is not a bug, it is a control point for determining the vanishing point of the perspective. When you are done, press Enter to confirm. Unhide the cover layer, and Alhamdulillah, our 3D book mockup image is finished. For precaution, you should first save the file as native Krita file or .cra format. To use this image on a website, you need to resize the image and then export it to a more common web file format. We can first right-click on layer or on a group layer, then select the flatten image command. Then open the image menu and select Scale Image to New Size. Make sure that this change button is active so that the image remains proportional. Just type in the size you want. For example, I set the height to 640 pixels. Then click OK. Now, we can export the image with the export command. We can name it eBook Visual Guide to Krita. Now, to preserve the transparent area, you don't want to export it in JPEG format. Instead, use the .png format as this format supports transparency. Then, it is important that in the PNG export settings window, the Save Alpha channel option is enabled. Click OK, and the file is now ready for use. If you are interested in learning more about computer graphics, you can visit my website at exposeacademy.com. Besides Krita, I also offer courses on Blender, 3ds Max, Photoshop, Illustrator, SketchUp, and so on. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss other tutorials in the future. Please share this video and give it a thumbs up if you like it. If you want to request a tutorial on Krita or other graphic software, just write it in the comment section what topics you want me to cover. I hope this video is useful. Wassalamualaikum.